Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. Thank you for taking your time to check out this live video. Thank you, replayers, for taking time to check out what you might have missed. And of course, anytime during the broadcast, if you wish to ask any questions, please go ahead and do so. Hi, Maria. Thanks for being part of our Facebook. We are live on Facebook and Instagram this afternoon. Just wanted to get on here real quick and just kind of feel the waters and see what's going on. Let everybody know it's that time of year to help out students at Banning High School in regards to our Adopt a Pilot. So if you guys don't know who I am, my name is Tony. I'm one of the founders for A-Needy Wilmington. We are a nonprofit community service organization, helps those who need just a little bit help just to get their day and their life a little bit better. So if you guys have not already seen, information is on the bio. The link is in the bio. For anybody who's on Instagram, the link is also in our bio. So it takes you to our link tree, and it'll show you right there, Operation Pilot Will Adopt a Pilot. So what is the difference between Operation Pilot Will Adopt a Pilot? So let's go ahead and make that simple as possible. Operation Pilot Will is pretty much a money pot. The families that we have are right now 30 students, 184 members. So do the math. That means one particular student might have anywhere from as little as 2 or 4 members in their family, whether it be a single parent or, mom and dad. And then, of course, either a sibling. Or it can go as large as anywhere from maybe not a mom and dad, a single mom, and taking care of a grandpa or someone else in the family, an uncle or what have you. And then, of course, siblings. Or it could even go as far as the ones that we have are 2 household members, mom and dad of 2 families, of whether it be single or dual or whatever, live in two large families live in one household. So that's why the numbers are huge. Sequino 37 and Angie NJM3, thank you for being part of our Instagram. We are live on Facebook and Instagram. If you hear me saying that, it's because I want everybody to do me a favor and hit the share button to let everybody know what's going on. We're not one of those very lucrative, very happy, dancing, TikTok-y, Instagram reel type of social media platforms. We are a organization using the social media platforms to let everybody know there's a need in our community. There are families who need help. There are students who need help. And I'm just pretty much the storyteller, let everybody know, can you please help? Because these are ones who are silent. They don't speak for themselves. They're either shy. They are at a very, very disadvantaged, fragile state. And I wanted to, like I said, I'm the storyteller letting everybody know, speaking for them, they need help. Shine143, thank you for being part of our Instagram. So if you guys go to our page that's in the bio, it's going to show you the information that to get you guys started. So as I mentioned, we have 30 students, 184 members. You'll see a flyer that tells you pretty much what the program is about. These students are very, very humble. They don't ask for a lot. They don't ask for toys. They don't ask for expensive gadgets. They don't ask for the latest trends. They don't look for anything name brand. These students are so humble and so frugal that they just want clothes. That's it. Or even a gift card. And why? Because they may need a book, or they may need some kind of something for themselves, for school, or what have you. So when you go and visit these families, you're going to see a little bit of a story of what's going on with each family. How many members are in the family, what their situation is. To give you a little bit of a background on a few, on the top of my head, you might have a family member that's one single parent who's working while the oldest child is taking care of a sibling while that single parent is working. That's a very sad, fragile situation. So that means that's to make sure he's doing his homework or taking care of business, taking care of the house, making sure it's fed along with their sibling while the other one is working. Another scenario is 2 families. Hi, Calda. Okay, I don't want to butcher this up. Calda Ilvia. Okay, so it's Calder Ilvia on Instagram. Thank you for being part of our live broadcast. As I mentioned, one of the families I mentioned already. Another scenario is a family that's two families in one household. And the situation, even though you may think is ideal, it's not. Because some of these places that they are living, they're using every inch of foot space. What I mean by that, it may be one or two bedrooms and there's 10 people living in that household. So that means what would be probably a bedroom that would fit two or three in there. Actually, two is probably ideal. Three is a little bit pushing it. You'll have some are either converting something or putting a temporary border curtain so they're part of the living room or they're part of a day room or they're part of something else. And even as far as some may be in the same footing as far as the property line, but they are in the back. And that's because they don't want the owner to find out or something. Hi, Mercedes. Thank you for being part of our live broadcast on Facebook talking about Adopt a Pilot. So these are families are just the two that I mentioned, and I'll give you one more. And like I said, there's more, and we'll talk about it as we do other lives. So pretty much another one is a family that's taking care of somebody who's Down syndrome. The person is trying to make ends meet, trying to do what they need to do every day. Medical bills are piling up. They're trying to pay rent because if they don't have rent, if they don't have utilities, nothing else matters to them. So that's the reason why, when they come to talk to the counselors, the parent support groups and things like that, teachers and things like that, us, they need help. They don't have enough to get around. These holidays are not always festive and they're not always joyful. A lot of these situations for holidays are very stressful. They're very, very mental. They kind of mess with your head a little bit because you're wondering just getting by doing what you need to do for them every day, and then they don't have anything under the tree. And it kind of like, it is what it is. I mean, they get sad, it gets very lonely, and they don't have anything to offer while their friends and neighbors, they hear the Christmas going on, screaming of paper being ripped up and whatever, and they don't have anything. But what I can tell you of these 30 students, of all of them that we, have been vetted, they just want clothes. They give sizes, and they give sizes of shoes. They give sizes of clothes, jackets if they need one, because some don't even have a hoodie. Some don't even have a hoodie. Some don't even have a windbreaker. Some of these kids come to school that we helped out, that we didn't even, broadcast or whatever. We helped out coming to school every day. The teacher, my co-founder, found to wearing the same sweatshirt. And so we bought sweatshirts out of our own pocket and bought them some shoes and was very, very happy. But they never complained. They never said anything until something was noticed and then, put to this, come to the side and talk about it. All the rules and guidelines about how to adopt is on there. It's very, very simple and very, very straightforward. So anything that you click on there, you're going to see it, including the ideal food basket. So if you guys haven't noticed, and no fault to anything that's been used to for the past during the pandemic, they were doing grab and goes for the ones who were on holiday. So when the kids were on holiday, these kids had nothing to come to eat for lunch or breakfast. And if you guys didn't notice, this past Thanksgiving, they didn't do a grab and go. Hey, Eddie, thanks for being part of our live broadcast on Instagram. They didn't do a grab and go. So a lot of the students that count on having a breakfast or a lunch didn't have it. They didn't have it this year. Don't know why. Don't know what happened, but all I know is they didn't do one. Luckily for the students that were all taken care of during Thanksgiving, were provided an extra one box meal for on vacation. So this is what I'm trying to, we are trying to educate, let everybody know, bring awareness that these kind of programs, these kind of ideas need to become as part of our fabric of what's going on in the low income and the areas that we live in, because what you might think is everyday okay in their own household, it's not. So we go a little bit above beyond what we normally do, which is of course not just taking things that we can get from everybody else and give them out, because some might be already have it. They just need some just to keep for a rainy day. Some they just might just give to someone they know and they need, which would be good and ideal. But at the end of the day, you don't know who you're giving those foods out, and that's it. And we do. We hear the stories, we see the tears, we see the sadness, we see the frustration in their faces, and so those are genuine. And so that's the reason why I come out here to tell you guys this, that we need your help. So please, if you guys can find it in your heart, rather than a quick no, I'd rather have a slow yes or even a maybe. Okay? If you have an opportunity to spend something as large as spend an expensive coffee, do me a favor and buy something less expensive and donate the difference on a Cash App or a Venmo or a PayPal. Okay? Before quickly you say, no, it's not going to help, it's not going to make a difference, that's the stigma that we need to get rid of. Because just like during the pandemic and just like during anything that's really hard, unless we get a little bit of everybody helping out, then the goal is met. As the old, the village, comes the village, everybody helps out, or everybody comes together when things are tough. This is no different. So rather than sitting there and have a quick no and say, no, I'm not going to help because it's not going to matter, I don't want to embarrass myself, let me tell you this. You don't have to be announced if you don't want to. Okay? We say it's a love donor, we say it's anonymous, we leave it at that. Or if you straight out say, please don't mention me, here's the donation. Okay? We get donations as little as $5 or $10 till we get some donations or to about $200. And they say, please don't mention my name. I don't want to know anything about it. I know I gave it to you. I know what you do. I trust what you do. And just give it to the families who need it. And then I let them know this is what we did. And they're happy with that. So rather than thinking that there's always a but, there's no but. If you have an opportunity to help somebody else, please help somebody today. Okay? It's that simple. Just help somebody out today. Again, the lists are very, very easy. You go on there, you like what it says on there, let me know. I have all their sizes. Once we have a conversation, once we have an email, we have a text message, I will go ahead and send you that information. You go ahead and do whatever you want with the family. Now, how's that work? If you go to our other past years, the ones who adopt, what we call them the captains, of the pilots and the families, they go all out. They don't just, even though I tell them stay with the guidelines between $25 or $35, they go above. They'll sit there and get a bunch of toiletries. They get a bunch of laundry stuff. They get a bunch of cleaning stuff. They get everything that's on their site. Hi, Laura. Thanks for being part of our live broadcast on Facebook. They'll get everything that's on there and then some. So, hi, Lizzie678 on Instagram. Thanks for being part of our live broadcast. So, they go all out. They don't just stick to the guide because they really, really want to go out of their way because they know how it is. Some already been there, know what they're going through. I know what they're going through. And we're going to do a broadcast because I want you guys to know. Hi, Danielle. Thank you for being part of our live broadcast on Instagram. I'm going to show you guys a scenario that I had to go through growing up. I was homeless too. I was dislocated too. Okay, we're going to do several scenarios. I'm going to show you how it is to be outside. Okay, so how cold it can get and what I had to endure for not just days, but months being out in the cold when I had nowhere to go and nowhere to lay my head. Also, another scenario of the ones that we have is also show you how it is to be in the car. Now, am I going to sit there and do the whole 30 minutes or an hour? No. Let's not insult. It is what it is. People, kids who do their homework in their cars, live out of their cars, warm up. I'm just showing you a small snippet of what it is. But of course, I can testify because I was there. I've done it. So that way you can see how cramped and how cold and how lonely it can be, especially with the elements. You know, if it's raining, you hear raindrops hitting your car, it's not comfortable. You hear people walking around you, it's not comfortable. If you haven't showered and you need a shower, you have to go, because you want to be clean, you want to be taking care of yourself. You have to go to the restroom. All those, no, I'm not going to show you any of that. I'm just use your imagination. But you get what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to make a little light of it because I'm telling you it's a very serious ordeal. But I want you guys to keep in mind on how most of these families live. It's not just, well, they don't have enough money and they just live in a tight space. No, they don't have enough money. They live in a garage. They're okay. They're just in a tight space and they at least have a floor. There's more than that. It's not just what you think. That's why if you guys look at the rules or the guidelines, how you want to call it, there's a little snippet that I put in there that says, give me a second, and I'm going to close it with that. Let me see where it's at here. Okay, here we go. So when it goes under the contacting the families, because of the hi Raw Bolts, thanks for coming in our live on Instagram. Thank you for your time. Haven't seen you in a minute. But one of the things that I have on our on the guidelines for the captains is it says, and people ask, can we contact the family and can we deliver? Can we deliver it? Yes, you can, but only if it's allowed. And now here's the thing that you guys, and I will close this live with this because I don't want it to be overwhelming. I want you guys to know I'm coming on your live more than once this month. There's a lot of families. There's 30 students, 184 members. It's a lot to talk about, a lot of scenarios, and I hope we can get the goal toward where we need to be. We did have some families already adopted, which we have to make sure they're confirmed. But if you go there, we already have 2 are confirmed, and there are 2 more are being confirmed. So far we have 4 families that are being confirmed. They are small to medium. They're not the larger ones. The larger ones are anywhere between 10 and 12 members in the family. Yes, you can co-captain. I am tongue-tied today. You can be dual captains. So meaning that's the whole idea, because we've had families do that. They'll have within their own families, take up the help of getting more of their own families, or they know somebody that will pick a family and to help out the large family get everything they need. But my point I was going to get is that unfortunately you can't see for yourself what it is, and it may not be appropriate for the circumstance. So they're going to be shy. They're going to be bashful. They're going to be embarrassed. They might be sleeping on concrete. They may be on concrete and it might be cleaned with hot water and Pine Sol or Fabuloso or whatever, but there's stains on there, and your interpretation when you go into their house, you see that, you look less or down on them. Most families are dealing with problems of unemployment, illness, or some kind of luckless condition. What I mean by luckless condition, they just can't get a break every time or because of the holidays. They can barely make rent and utilities throughout the year. But when it comes to the holiday, you want to do some extra things for the family, for the kids, and it's just really, really hard to do it. So that's what, and of course, health conditions come up. Luckless condition. Some may not appear poor. That's the caveat, because they think when you see somebody and they think, well, they don't look poor. It doesn't look like that. Some may not appear poor, may be burdened with the cost of devastating health problems. Many of them are single parents, and regardless of the reasons for the family's need, we know you will extend respect and the kindness and love just as you would want others to treat your own family. Because who knows, one day it's going to happen to us. Hi, Norma Torres. Thanks for being part of our Facebook. We're going to shut down. Watch the video. We're going to shut down right now. You will see me again, but I wanted to get a soft live out there so you guys can see. There's the link right there. Please do me a favor, share it out. If anything I would get out of any of these broadcasts, it's not about the donations. It's not about the ones who get adopted. It's just that, unfortunately, this is a social media platform that it's easy. Getting people to come to my website to find information, it's like a website information. It's not like, okay, something attractive, funny, dancing, TikTok-y, Instagram reel. No, it's informational. It's about, having a heart about helping others who are in need. It's about delivering of information and things like that. That's what this platform is. And I try really, really hard to make sure it's kind of short, it's get to the point. But of course, there is times that I've done fun stuff, like for anybody who knows who I am, as quirky as I am, senior prom and senior dues and things like that. For everybody who donated, I did a goofy dance on TikTok and I posted it on social media. Okay, a little price for my humility. But that's, I'm using what's available. I'm using what everybody's on. And hopefully that you guys will give me a chance looking at my face and hear what I have to say, and then just go ahead and share it. If anything, that's all That's all I need and want right now. Okay, so this was a good turnout. I didn't expect as much people to be on here. I wish we could just keep this momentum going and just give me a little bit of your time. Get some coffee, get something to drink, get something to snack on, get something to eat. Open your mail and just put your phone or your smart device, or if you're watching me on your computer, and just give me a little bit of time. You don't have to watch me. I'm not the prettiest person in the world to look at. But anyway, you can hear what I need to say through your speaker, and that's good enough for me. So thank you so much for being the part of what we do, is having unity in our community as always. Thank you for putting up with me and listening to what I have to say. And let's help these families. Let's help the students. It's all about the kids. At the end of the day, it's all about the kids. They're born into this world innocent, and they grow up into experience. So whatever they experience and whatever they're exposed to, that's how they're going to grow up to be. And we want them to be the best individual they can be under the circumstances. I'll talk to you guys later. Take care. Bye-bye.